Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I have for you guys my performance review on the Nike Book 1s. Now originally when I was trying to get the Book 1s, I tried to get the Haven colorway, however it's sold out instantly on sneakers.com. But luckily I was able to get these on Nike.com a few weeks ago, and I was really curious to see how these would perform considering that they look very similar to the Air Force Ones, and it was inspired a lot by the Air Force Ones. So with all that being said, here's what I think of it. Firstly, when it comes to the try-on experience, it is pretty straightforward. It's very easy to put on, and it's very forgiving when it comes to the overall comfort that you get. And as far as sizing is concerned, they run a tad long once you break in the materials. Initially, the materials are quite snug, and you have to break it in a little bit just for it to space out. And the width as well is very forgiving, so it has a very good amount of space when it comes to wide footers especially. So in terms of narrow footers, I would go down half a size because of how forgiving the width of the shoe is. While for wide footers, you should be good to go ordering your true size. I went true to size and it fits pretty good overall, runs a little long, and the width is very forgiving with a little bit of wiggle room overall. As far as pricing is concerned, this is the premium hike edition when it comes to book ones, so they are retailing for $150. However, they sold out. And as far as other Nike Book 1s are concerned, the Rattlesnake colorway is out right now, going for $140. So if you guys are interested, they are available on Nike.com, and I will leave a link in the description box below. As far as the traction goes, it is really good on a clean court. It has very impressive bite, in my opinion. When it came down to the lateral movements, they were very sudden and they were really quick when it comes to doing side-to-side movements, trying to get open for a shot. And being a perimeter defender as well, it was really good when it came to that aspect of the traction. Vertically, the get-offs are really quick, and you're able to have a really quick first step as a result of that. So you get up to speed instantly in this, and the hard stops as well are very good. That way you're able to stop on a dime and try to create separation vertically in that case. So I really like this traction setup laterally and vertically at that. On dusty courts, I rarely had to wipe the outsole. It was very spacious and it didn't really collect too much dust, so it was not a major issue when it came to a dusty condition. Just be sure that you wipe it down every now and then, that way it doesn't collect up too much dust. And as far as durability, it is very durable. The grooves from the herringbone are very thick, and there isn't any signs of wear when it comes to the main herringbone patterns. However, on the ridges of the outsole, there is some slight wear from the pattern itself starting to wear off a little bit. But overall, you should be good to go in these outdoors and indoors especially. These are the only signs of wear that I have experienced. So indoors and outdoors, you should be good to go. And overall, I really enjoyed the bite that you get out of this traction setup. And laterally and vertically, you're going to be good to go. And outdoors, indoors, you're going to be set as well. Now, as far as the cushioning goes, I found it to be surprisingly good overall. When you get into the forefoot, the Cushlon midsole gives you a nice responsive ride on your foot, and it has a nice low to the ground feel. That way you're one with the floor, and it gives you a nice responsive feel when you are trying to be really reactive on the court. And with the shank plate in the midfoot, it gives you a nice bouncy spring on your step. That way you're able to get up for rebounds and try to block people's shots, anything of that nature. And when you move into the heel cushioning, it is very forgiving once you break it in. Once you break it in, it feels nice and plush, and it gives you really nice compression in the heel, along with the air zoom unit that you have that gives you very good impact protection when it came down to heel strikes and stuff like that. And it was surprisingly forgiving in that part. And as far as fluidity goes, it is surprisingly fluid given how flat the midsole is overall. But with the forgiveness of the heel, it is a little clunky, but it's not too bad. And once you get used to it, it allows it to compress, giving you really nice heel to toe transitions, along with the snappiness that you get from the shank. Gets you up to speed very quickly, making it very easy to go up and down the court. And I found the shoe itself to be very balanced when it came to the overall weight. It didn't feel bottom heavy or top heavy. It was just right when it came to the overall weight of the shoe. So I was very surprised at how forgiving the cushion was, how responsive it was, and it was overall a very comfortable cushioning setup, and I really enjoyed playing in it. Now, as far as materials go, you are getting this synthetic leather that has this snakeskin texture here on the forefoot, as well as in the heel along the top of the tongue as well. In the toe box, you're going to get this nubuck material that has this turtle shell design, and it continues along the lace line area as well. And when you move into the heel, you get this fuzzy fur material along the heel that you get in the back, which was very interesting and really weird in my opinion. But outside of that, when it comes to the comfort, they are very comfortable on foot once you break them in, which was little to no time in my opinion. And in the forefoot, it is very nice and soft with really good flexibility. That way it doesn't rub your toes and pinch any which way. And when we move it to the midfoot, the tongue is thickly padded, so you won't feel any pinching from the lace line area. That is reinforced as well. That way it relieves some of the pressure that you get when you tie the shoelaces up. And the heel, it has really nice padding here with the foam pads that you get that hugs the heel and molds to your foot as well, giving you a really comfortable experience from front to back. Aesthetically, they look premium and outdoorsy with all of this turtle shell snakeskin design that you get. They look just like Air Forces that you can play in my opinion, and the overall detailing from the snakeskin aesthetic around the shoe, along with the turtle shell design here in the forefoot, as well as the fuzzy fur that wraps around the heel, gives you an outdoorsy vibe for the shoe itself. And it is very cool. However, one thing that I don't really like, and they probably overdid, is the multiple layered pull tab that you have in the back. Didn't really see the point, but outside of that, the overall design language of the shoe is really nice and looks very premium, and they are very comfortable to wear on foot, and I really enjoyed it overall. Now, due to the shoe running a little long in the forefoot, your foot does shift inside the shoe when you're doing hard stops, and the same goes for the width. I did notice my feet shifting inside the footbed when you were doing lateral movements, which was an issue at first, but I got used to it after a while. And when you move into the midfoot, the laces are very good and are reinforced to the materials, giving you a really nice seal without making you feel uncomfortable, and it keeps it locked into place. When it comes to lateral movements in the midfoot, it is nice and snug when it came down to that, and once you lace it up in the midfoot, it is very nice and containing. In the heel, once you first put them on, you will notice a little bit of heel slippage, and you do slip a little bit out of the shoe. But once you warm them up, the material molds to the back of your foot to minimize the heel slippage, and after some playing time, I hardly noticed it when I was playing. So it was really good once you warm up the padding in the back. So overall, the materials, once you warm them up, they're locked down for me for the most part. Will get the job done, and after a while, once you get used to it, it's going to improve the overall lockdown as a whole, and it is very solid when it comes to that. And lastly, for the support, I found the lateral support to be just borderline good in my opinion. In the forefoot, you do get some lateral support from the midsole itself that protrudes outward, and the materials do just enough with the synthetic leather here to prevent the material from giving out on you when you are doing lateral cuts. So it gets the job done in that aspect, and you get more support from the materials in the midfoot, which does its job, along with the internal TPU heel counter in the heel that keeps the heel locked into place. That way you won't have any slipping issues in the heel moving side to side. When you move into the torsional support, it is really good with the top-loaded shank in the midfoot, providing you really nice balance inside the shoe while providing you a lot of flexibility from the shoe itself so that you won't feel too restricted. The overall shoe itself is very flexible, and it didn't feel overly stiff. And the outsole base gives it a nice and wide platform. That way you are planted to the ground and you have a nice solid platform to land on. And with the flatness of the outsole, it keeps you planted on the ground without any instability from the midsole as well. So in my opinion, the support overall strikes the perfect balance of flexibility and rigidity without sacrificing support, and it gets the job done at the end of the day, and is solid to many people, including myself. And I really like the support features that you get and the overall balance of flexibility and rigidity as a whole. So to sum it all up, the Nike Book 1s to me were surprisingly good overall, in my opinion. The traction that you get is really impressive, and it has really nice bite on the court, and it didn't bother with the dust, and the durability is solid. Cushioning itself is really responsive and comfortable in the heel, and really fluid given the whole flat structure of the shoe itself. Materials are nice and premium and look just like the Air Force Ones, but they are Air Force Ones that are designed to play basketball in my opinion. And the lockdown gets the job done for me, as well as the support, and the overall build of the shoe totally encapsulates what Devin Booker wants inside his shoe. Really good flexibility, really responsive ride with comfort and lifestyle in mind as well. So it is a very diverse shoe, whether you are on the court and off the court, and it is very good when it blends the two together. And I would absolutely recommend it to people that enjoy this overall, and whoever wants a Devin Booker style of play. It is totally encapsulates Devin Booker's play style, and I really enjoyed the overall playability that you get in this, and I would absolutely recommend it to you guys. However, they are limited quantity. As far as other colorways coming out, the rattlesnake colorway is available on Nike, so if you would like to jump early on that boat, I would absolutely grab those if you are interested. But overall, I really enjoyed playing in this, and it was surprising to say the least. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my performance review on the Nike Book 1s. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below if you have gotten yourself a pair of the Nike Book 1s. I'd like to know your thoughts if you played in them, along with any other questions that you might have for me as well. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below as well. If you like to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, hit the subscribe button down below, and it will greatly support the channel as well. And as always, if you'd like to follow me on social media, all of that information will be in the description box below as well if you guys are interested. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this was beneficial to you guys, and until next time, keep shooting.